Look at these people. You got a fat jolly gnome. What's that in the background? Ooh, King Charles. Look at these two. Look at these two. Looking very nice today.
The Beckhams, they're furious. Tell us more.
Oh, no.
Right, what has happened is that Meghan who is paranoid about leaks and everything else. She believed that Victoria is
First of all, why the long pause, eh? I'm sorry, we're going to go back to that. Let's hear how long that pause is.
Right.
He makes a little noise in between. Let's hear it again. What's that all about? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If she speaks.
Tell us more.
Tell us more. Ah, well done. That's good telling. Oh, I like it. I want to hear it again. This has been, so far, this is my favorite part of NEWSPASTE ever. Tell us more. What noise was that? He moved his mouth on. Where did that come from? I like it. I like it. One more time. Sorry, I know it's just silence. And tell us more.
Tell us more.
Well, here we go. This is how it just, they've invited this old robot that needs oiling on to tell us about the Sussexes versus the Beckhams, because that's what we want to hear.
Right, what has happened is that Meghan who is paranoid about leaks and everything else. She believed
that's where we got to at the start. Paranoid. Is it paranoid? Is that I don't know if that's a word. I feel like inferior now. I write. I spent a lot of time writing articles. Paranoid. I wasn't sure it's a word. Can you tell me? So I think I should just go back to where he makes that sound. That was some of my favorite bit. Here we go. Let's do it again. And then he just says paranoid.
Right, what has happened is that Meghan who is paranoid about leaks and everything else. She believed that Victoria Beckham, believe it or not, was ringing up journalists on various newspapers and leaking stories about Meghan and Harry. Harry then decided to take the bull by the horns and ring up David Beckham and say,
"Oh my God! Have you seen what they've done to us, my love? Have you seen what they have done? Have you seen? They've been talking about us again. I know. They're always talking about us all the time. They don't like me because I possibly am black. I don't know. They don't like me because of how I sound, darling. You should phone David. I'll phone him immediately. I should, darling. You're right. I'll phone him immediately. Hello, it's David Beckham here. I'm sorry. Not home. I'm saying stuff about your wife because she's a fucking moron.
Basically, you know, we hear that Victoria's leaking stories, and David Beckham was not at all happy. In fact, as it's been described,
not at all happy. Not at all happy. He was a short happy. No, that's a bad joke.
Now he's absolutely furious that they have been accused like this.
How old? Wait a minute. How old is this picture? Is this stock footage? How old is this? How old is she there? How old does she look? When was the last time she sang?
It's absolutely ridiculous. Can you imagine the Beckhams rigging people up to sort of give tittle-tattle about their friends? So their friendship's over, so much so that, as you know, the Beckhams attended the wedding, Harry and Meghan's wedding in 2018, but the Sussexes were not invited to the wedding of their son, Brooke.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I cannot believe what a smite that must have been. Just like a slap around the face.
And nor were they invited to the big football match where a number of big celebrity names were when Lionel Messi, sorry, made his debut for David's American football team.
Oh, I just seem a bit ridiculous. Victoria Beckham, I'm sure she's got better things to do than ring the likes of you, Charles.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she has.
I think he just got
this is just
with.
symptomatic of what has been going on in the Sussexes' lives. And if you look at the list of people that no longer have any...
Well, this is the former royal correspondent for The Sun. So what, back when The Sun was really awful, this guy was a royal correspondent. He must be a shite.
Any form of relationship with the Sussexes. And we are talking about A-list celebrities. The Obamas, George Clooney, Katy Perry, Mariah Carey. It is quite incredible. And there's even suggestion...
Mariah Carey, of course. What about that Mariah Carey? Yes. And what about Naomi Campbell?
That a political a governor of California even blocked Meghan's calls because she was trying to get some sort of advice or information about a political role for her. That's...
Hi, it's Meghan here. Hi. No one's been calling me about going to hospitals and cutting lace. Have you got any hospitals? Have you got any lace? Have you got an enormous novelty pair of scissors for me? So I can go round and I can go, look, I'm a princess. Look at me. I'm a princess. Hoo-yah!
Speculation, but there certainly seems to have been something going on in that direction. And of course, let's not forget, she's also gaslighted, or as the Mail have said this week, markled her own father. She hasn't spoken to him since before the wedding, and Harry's never even met him.
And Charles, just briefly, let's stick with it.
Wow, that was the father that, like, oh, look, she smited her father, who sold the stories about him to the press just before the wedding. Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
The theme of Prince Harry, because the judge has now concluded in that phone hacking case that part of his claim can go to court, and it's the private investigator's part that's actually going to go to trial.
Yes, the big thing, of course, is the phone hacking part. That is dead in the water. That is, the judge has ruled that cannot go ahead. But the illegal information gathering by private investigators and journalists can go ahead. Now, that case isn't likely to happen much before January. I mean, I look forward to hearing what
private investigators, what are they doing? What type of legal stuff? We've been taking poo samples. We replaced the pipe for his toilet. Now he flushes straight into my basket. I have a little basket at the top of the drain, and I check his poo samples, see what type of load he's carrying.
Evidence Harry has got about this, because I can only talk about my time, at the Sun. When we did stories about people, it's very much like you guys as journalists. You got information.
When we did stories about the royals when I was at the Sun, very much like you guys as journalists who pretend you're journalists and don't do any journaling and just sit there and repeat. We just repeated what anybody told us.
You went to the source, or you went to people who knew about it. You got the information. I've never hired a private investigator. I wouldn't even know how to go about it. We did it ourselves. So if he's saying that journalists did this,
Isn't a private investigator then just not an investigative journalist? It's someone who works for himself and doesn't have to gather it to write it down in a journal for public.
Don't believe it. Private investigators, I've never heard it. It certainly didn't happen in my day.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, mate. Not sure about that. I bet you it did. I bet you it happened lots. Wait a minute, of course it happened lots. You people, you're making up stuff again. It's hard to know whether to trust you or not.